How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah. You know, I definitely feel like I'm still in the oven right now, but I'm not looking at, like, when I grow a beard or lose my hair, God forbid, or, you know, have bottom surgery or whatever, that it's done. Wow.
Nice and flat, huh?
It looks beautiful.
There you go.
Now, for the first time, I'm living in my body, and it looks the way I want it to. It's making me feel more confident.
I can't believe it.
How do you feel?
Great.
You are ecstatic. This is ecstatic for Chaz.
They look better than your boobs.
Having a male chest was like the missing piece of the puzzle got put on. And I was just like, oh, it's perfect. Like, that's how you're supposed to look.
This is the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. It's the only time that I've ever felt like a complete person. You're the only one in the family who takes.
We're here. Hey, come on out.
My step group, you know, we get together once a month and go over a step from the 12 steps. Jane makes breakfast and we talk and catch up. Hello. And I've been through a lot with Jane, who is my sponsor and was a big part of my recovery.
You look really... I just want to cry. You look so good.
This is the first time I've seen Chaz since the surgery.
I need to rip your shirt right up.
I'll show you guys.
Of course, I knew he would get through the surgery. It wasn't that. But it's such a milestone that he had the courage to be who he really is, which is really what I think what we're all about, is having the courage to be true to yourself and to find who you really are inside and let that grow, you know. So, but what is going through puberty now feel like?
It feels really, like, right and natural. It just feels like how it should have been the first time. My, like, range of emotion has gotten a little bigger. I mean, I get angry.
Do you get angry?
I get angry.
Yay!
Wow. And then the sex drive thing was, you know, I mean, that's so...
Like, what do you mean, more sex drive?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
It is good. I just didn't know if I was gonna, like, you know, be, you know, wanting to have sex with everybody. every, you know, attractive woman I saw. It's a shame that women can't feel it and know how biological it is.
Huh.
I love Jane and I get a lot from those women, but I also kind of feel like the odd man out, because I am.
There's one transgender person you probably have heard of, Chaz Bono, who was born
Chastity Bono, the daughter of Sonny and Cher, made a surprise.
She's now in the process of switching genders.
As a man, Chaz Bono says he now feels
is now
she's now being referred to as he.
The more you deal with the press, then you know you kind of learn what to do. And I knew not saying anything causes a frenzied atmosphere where people try to find the information, find the dirt. So my strategy was to do the opposite.
I wasn't that happy about that, I have to tell you. I said, you know, can't you just do it quietly? That wasn't her plan.
Chaz has no choice. The fame is in his DNA.
If I eat all my vegetables, I can grow up to be big and tall like my daddy.
Those images are burnished in the minds of any American over, you know, a certain age. Everybody watched that show, and they've all shared that life. They all felt that they owned a little bit of chastity.
It was rough. It's a rough life being any close family member of someone who's famous. It changes everything. And you do as much as you can, but you just are always having to do the best you can, which is a lot of times just not good enough.
6 months with an additional 90 days to negotiate.
Okay, here we go.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, he looks good.
I'm doing this not because I want to see myself on film. It's because I want to try to help people. You know, I want to try to put a face on an issue that people don't understand. And that's why I did this publicly.
There's public, private, and there's just public. And I guess Dove feels like that's the way to go.
Starting tonight, Sonny and Cher's little girl becomes a man.
I'm sure there are people out there in the world who think I'm an absolute nutcase, freakazoid, but for a long time that worried me, and now I don't care. It really, doesn't matter. Yeah, it's pretty amazing, pretty exciting.
But a little scary also?
No, not at all.
But tomorrow we do broach a scary subject. What's next when it comes to surgery?
Do you have to undergo further surgery to complete the process?
The main thing you want to do is just go in fast.
All right, let me try.
You're nervous.
No, I'm not. Come on.
Because if you have any hesitation, we're not
sweating.
doing it. I'm nervous.
That's it? I have to hit this giant
Yeah. Well, you'll have
Why don't you give me like a dot and just put a dot there?
I don't want a dot. I just want you to get it in the right spot.
There.
Okay. Okay.
Now I have to back it up a little.
Draw it back a little bit. Don't pull it out of my ass while you do it. There. Okay. Suck up that orange juice.
Uh-huh.
Put it back in.
In the beginning, he didn't have much of a sex drive. And now he has a very high sex drive, and I don't need sex as much as he does. But we manage. Oh my God, I'm shooting into the orange.
It's kind of weird to be with somebody for so long and then go through this resurgence where you want to them more than you did when you first met. It's odd, but it's great.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, I'll get the stuff.
Idiot.
There's more intimacy that we can have because it was basically like this part of his body was off limits. I couldn't even go near it. Now I can like lay on his chest, I can put my hands on his chest, and he doesn't have feeling though on his nipples, so I don't, it's not an erogenous zone, it's an intimate place, but there are adjustments.
Okay, draw back a little, now push in. Pull out fast. Okay, good, Jenny.
People think I'm a idiot,
well, because sometimes,
See, it's so easy. I don't know why you've been freaking out.
The first area in which a female patient has to be aware and cautious is in the newly found assertiveness that one feels with testosterone. It's the equivalent of, say, living in Seattle and moving to Los Angeles. All of a sudden, there's a great deal of sun. So someone who might be pale is, subject to sunburn.
Perfect. Thanks, Mom.
You're on your way, kid.
There's a change in body appearance, the angular nature of one's body structure, things of that nature.
The hands are definitely more masculine looking. The veins are sticking out more. The hair is starting to come in. Starting to get hair on my back. That's pissing me off a little bit. I will have as much facial hair as I can manage. The best I can do is the sideburns at this point. I'd like to be Michael Chiklis, body-wise. I'd like to keep my hair. But he's stocky, muscular. I'm never going to be a little guy, and I don't really want to be.
Oh, it's okay. I was so nervous, like I hadn't seen her, and I was putting it off. And my boyfriend finally said, "This is crazy, just do it. You've got to do it." I said, "But I'm so terrified what will happen. If I don't recognize her, what will happen?"
She did, like she said, really didn't want to see me. So that was like hard. That was really hard for me. I've never, gone through something where my mom has been like, it's too difficult, I can't see you.
I'm afraid she's not going to be healthy. I'm afraid it's too much for her. And I worry about the drugs that she has to take in order to keep this. I don't know that much about it, but I want to make sure that whatever it is not going to hurt her.
There's a lot of stuff that she really doesn't know because I haven't told her, and part of it has, a lot of it's been protecting her feelings, and a lot of it's been, you know, my fear of rejection.
I was hysterical one day because I was calling Chaz's answering machine, and I realized it was her old voice. And then I said, Chaz, is there a way I can save it? Because I will never hear that voice again. And there wasn't, and it was gone. For me, that was like, that's the most traumatic thing that's happened to me in this, the whole thing is like hearing her voice and knowing I'll never hear it again.
That was the first time that it really hit her, like things are changing. You know, young people seem to get this. The youngest person in my family got this immediately.
I relate to Chaz better knowing that he's my brother. You know, we'll talk about relationships, and he gives me good insight into a man's mind as to why behavior might be the way it is, why boys are so silly when they are.
Chastity came out here to the house and sat me down, and we had a nice long talk.
He was like, you know, I'm gonna start getting on testosterone and stuff, and then I said, so you're gonna have a sex change, huh? He's like, well, yeah, basically. And then I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Oh, dang, good swim, bud.
Oh. I mean, most families don't go through this. But honestly, I think me and Shauna both feel like it's not that big a deal to us. This is who Chaz is, what he wants to do with his life, and I'm happy for him.
You know, there's no telling what son would think about anything. He was the most bizarre human being, but, you know, he loved so much that he, I think, would be supportive. Look, he was much more supportive in the beginning about her being gay. Like, everyone knew before I knew, except I really knew from the time she was little. So, you know, I knew before anybody else did, but she told everybody before she told me because she knew I wasn't going to be that happy about it.
I never thought I'd get a record by myself, but I got something I want to say. I want to say it for Cher, and I hope I say it for a lot of people. Why can't I be like any guy? Why do they try to make me run? Son of a gun now, what do they care about the clothes I wear? Why get their kicks from
Hey Chaz, congratulations on your decision to become a man.
Chaz Bono, she's going to be interviewed on Entertainment Tonight. And
That's right. I'm very hard. I'm ready for my first interview. Chaz. Do you think it's going to be, like, you think he's going to go, like, super macho? Like, Chaz, you are so masculine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hit you with my Adam's apple?
Chaz, you are the most masculine man. I mean,
holy shit, those hormones work. Hey, Mary, suck
We submitted the necessary paperwork for legal gender and name change, and then today we're going up in front of the judge and hopefully to get that, you know, changed and approved.
Yeah, right? I mean, yeah, that's what And then you're gonna open doors and pay for the dinner bills.
Boxers, briefs, or commando? What's going down?
Mason, it all started with you, Mason.
It all started
Yeah,
with
I'm so happy for you, Chaz. It's
Chaz,
a great
how
day.
much, of course?
I don't drink.
No drink? Well, you're a man.
This is a hard thing for people to grasp. I mean, you really have to open your mind because so few people struggle with any kind of gender identity. I mean, people really take